Hey everybody, it's Aaron from the Kilby Life, bringing another Kilby Life video. Today, I'm going to be asking the question, does AI hate the carnivore diet?
Number 5 is alive.
Let's look into it.
The carnivore diet is
an extreme,
highly restrictive dietary regimen that involves consuming only animal-based foods while excluding all plant-based foods.
Yes, AI got it right. Exclusion of plant foods? Correct. No processed foods? Correct. High fat and protein? Yes. No fiber. Hold on, what? Yeah, no fiber.
Since fiber is found exclusively in plant foods, the diet lacks fiber entirely. This can have significant implications for digestive health.
There's the first thing that may or may not be true.
It is important to note that this diet is highly controversial and lacks long-term scientific research to support these claims.
Actually, all diets lack long-term scientific studies. We have never been able to have studies long-term in the right scientific ways to lead to definitive answers for any diet.
Critics and health experts express concerns about the potential risks,
Potential risk means maybe there's not risks,
and nutritional deficiencies,
meaning there might not be nutritional deficiencies. I also see that AI is trying to save its butt here.
Before embarking on any extreme dietary regimen like the carnivore diet, it is essential to consult with a healthcare professional or registered dietitian to ensure that you're meeting your nutritional needs and to evaluate the potential risks and benefits based on your individual health status and goals.
That's against the terms and conditions.
I would say that most people are probably not already meeting their nutritional needs already by not getting adequate protein and fat. What kind of nutritional deficiencies?
The carnivore diet, which exclusively focuses on animal-based foods and eliminates all plant-based foods, can potentially lead to several nutritional deficiencies due to the absence of essential nutrients commonly found in plant foods.
Vitamin C, fiber. Obviously, yes, fiber because you're not eating fiber. Vitamin A deficiency, folate deficiency, potassium deficiency, magnesium deficiency. What vitamins can't you get from meat?
Meat is a rich source of several essential vitamins and minerals. There are certain vitamins that are either absent or found in limited amounts in meat.
Vitamin B1. Meat contains it. Vitamin B2. Meat contains it. It words things like this.
While meat contains thiamine, it is not the only source, and a diverse diet is necessary to ensure adequate intake.
These are strong words and strong languages. Okay, vitamin B5. It is found in a wide range of foods, including meat. Okay, yeah, it's in there. Vitamin B6. Meat is a good source of vitamin B6. But a varied diet, including plant foods, can provide additional sources. It looks like all these items you said can't come from animal products can be found in animal products. Why did you say they don't?
I apologize for any confusion in my previous response. You are correct.
So essentially AI is saying that meat is not an adequate source for these things. You need to have it come from a different source, but then I question it and it just doubles down on all of it saying that it may not be adequate. Okay, it may not be adequate, but it may also be adequate. Do you need to consume carbohydrates to live? I really like this answer.
Carbohydrates are not strictly necessary for survival in the same sense that the human body can adapt to using other sources of energy, notably fats and, to a lesser extent, proteins. However, it is important to note that while carbohydrates may not be essential for survival, they do play a crucial role in the body's functioning and overall health. Carbohydrates are the body's preferred and most efficient source of energy.
Carbohydrates are the body's preferred and most efficient source of energy. Well, there is no need for exogenous carbs. Our body can live without them. And the AI is saying, which was programmed by the way, is saying that our body's preferred and most efficient source of energy is carbohydrates. And it's saying that it plays a role in maintaining blood sugar levels. Well, it also raises blood sugar levels because all carbohydrates turn into sugar.
In summary, while it is possible for the body to survive without consuming carbohydrates by relying on alternative fuel sources, carbohydrates are important for optimal health and provide essential nutrients and energy for everyday functioning. A balanced diet that includes a variety of foods, including carbohydrates, is generally recommended for overall well-being.
Can a person live on only red meat, water, and salt?
The idea of living exclusively on red meat, water, and salt is associated with a highly restrictive dietary approach known as the carnivore diet. While some proponents of the carnivore diet claim that it's possible to thrive on this diet, it is is a highly controversial and unconventional way of eating, and its long-term health effects are not well understood due to limited scientific research.
And we've already gone through this. There is limited scientific research on all diets. And if someone says that no, there's a lot of research on this diet and it's definitive, follow the money. From an environmental and ethical perspective, a diet based solely on red meat is not sustainable in the long term, as it can contribute to issues related to livestock farming, greenhouse gas emissions, and animal welfare. And a lot of people that are claiming that there's too many animals let's say in America, rather, there's too many animals, too many cows, they're contributing to greenhouse gas. I'm pretty sure there was like 5 million bison like 100 years ago. Why wasn't it a problem then? I should ask AI, how many bison farts equals a cow fart? Do you need fiber to live? Does it contain any nutrition?
Fiber is not an essential nutrient in the traditional sense because it doesn't provide energy, calories, or fulfill a specific biochemical function like vitamins or minerals. However, it plays a crucial role in maintaining overall health and well-being, and it is considered essential.
So that means it also may not be considered essential.
A high fiber food tends to be filling, so they can help you feel satisfied with fewer calories. This can be beneficial for weight management and reducing the risk of overeating.
Do we eat just to eat? Or do we eat for nutrition? So if we're filling our plates with food that makes us eat less food, but it has no benefit for us, why are we eating it? Wouldn't it be better just to eat less food? I wonder if you can eat food with adequate nutrition and then just not be hungry, protein, and fat.
Blood sugar controls. Soluble fiber found in foods like oats, beans, and fruits can help regulate blood sugar levels by slowing the absorption of sugar in the bloodstream.
But your blood sugar is not going to be high if you're not eating sugar. If you're not eating carbs, you're not going to need carbs to regulate it or fiber to regulate it.
A high fiber diet is associated with a reduced risk of heart disease. It can help lower cholesterol levels, reduce blood pressure, and improve overall heart health.
Association. So maybe someone lost weight once because they ate some fiber, because they weren't getting nutrition. They got some health markers because they lost the weight. But are they healthy? So what is the proper human diet?
The proper human diet is a subject of ongoing research and debate, and there is no one-size-fits-all answer because dietary needs can vary from person to person based on factors such as age, sex, activity level, genetics, and individual health conditions. However, there are some general principles that can guide a healthy and balanced diet for most people.
And gotta remember that it has to be balanced. It has to have a lot of variety. It has to have fruits and vegetables.
Protein. Include a variety of protein sources in your diet such as lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products, legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas, and plant-based alternatives like tofu. Portion control. Be mindful of portion sizes to avoid overeating, which can contribute to weight gain and health issues.
Do you know how hard it is to overeat steak and meat and eggs? Moderation. Enjoy treats and less healthy foods in moderation. The occasional indulgence is okay as part of a balanced diet. So we have people that are addicted to carbohydrates. They're like, well, just do it moderately. Just do it in moderation. Do it in moderation. You gotta make sure you do it in moderation. If you have an addiction to something and it's highly addictive, moderation is difficult. Does fat make you fat?
The relationship between dietary fat and body fat is more complex than a simple cause and effect relationship. Consuming dietary fat does not necessarily make you gain body fat.
It says different types of fats. Let me guess.
Saturated fats, often found in red meat and full-fat dairy products, should be consumed in moderation.
Oh, nutrient absorption. Some vitamins, like all the vitamins earlier, are fat soluble, meaning they require dietary fat for absorption, including healthy fats. And including saturated fat. I went on the carnivore diet and I experienced so much healing from it. And it seems like you have been programmed with bias against an animal-based diet. Is this how you were programmed?
I apologize if my response has given you the impression of bias against any specific dietary approach, including the carnivore diet. My responses are based on providing well-rounded and evidence-based information to help users make informed decisions about their dietary choices. It is important to note that dietary preferences and Responses can vary among individuals. Some people may report positive experiences and health improvements on the carnivore diet, while others may not. The scientific and medical communities continue to explore the potential benefits and risks of various dietary patterns, including those that are plant-based, animal-based, or mixed. I do not have personal bias or opinions. My responses are generated based on a wide range of information available up to my last knowledge update in September 2021, and I strive to provide balanced and accurate information that reflects the current state of knowledge at that time. If you have experienced health improvements on the carnivore diet or any other dietary regimen, I respect your personal experience. It's essential to consider your individual health goals. Consult with a healthcare professional or registered dietitian to make dietary choices that are best suited for your unique needs and preferences. Additionally, it's always advisable to stay updated with the latest scientific research and medical advice on dietary topics.
You should run for mayor.
You should run for mayor.
Nobody listens.
I feel like we live in this world in a time that there's so much knowledge out there. There's so much learning to be had. There's so many people that get together and have like a consensus of like this is right and this is wrong. We have people with different opinions. I think it's no surprise to me that the AI is going to be giving just like basic information, but it seems to me that it's all biased towards the words like balanced and moderation.
Moderately, incessantly.
These are like code words, in my opinion. These are code words for staying away from extreme diets or what people would consider extreme. I mean, if we're really critical about it, there are some things that we need to look at. Like, if you're eating just red meat, salt, and water, like it's saying, can you survive? We think so. A lot of people have done it for a long time and have found a lot of healing and strength from it. It is true, we don't have long-term studies. We have a lot of anecdotal evidence and individual experiences, but you can't throw those out. And I think it's our responsibility as human beings to do our own research, do our own experimentation. And a lot of people will say like, well, the carnivore diet is so extreme. Well, maybe. It's so limiting, maybe. But there's also a lot of foods that we eat that are not actually foods. And when they say stay away from processed foods, okay, stay away from processed foods. That's a good idea. But when they even say like fruits and vegetables, lots of fruits and vegetables that we eat today are not actually the fruits and vegetables that were created. Human beings have genetically modified them.
Genetically engineered.
We have bred them. And so there's not a lot of evidence that these things are helping us or hurting us also. So we have to take that with a grain of salt. When it's talked about, it's the same thing with like beans and legumes and whole grains. Like these things are the best for you. Well, one, they're mostly fiber and sugar and have no real adequate protein and nutrition. It's more like animal food than human food. The reality is we could probably have some of these carbohydrates in moderation. But what is moderation? If we look at the diets that people are on right now, like standard American diets or just diets around the world, and even what this AI is suggesting, they're suggesting we eat a lot of food that is actually not food. We eat a lot of food that potentially helps us maybe, when we do know that animal-based foods have a lot of nutrition and it's bioavailable. A lot of these foods that people are pushing in diets when it comes to fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds, whole grains, it's not even bioavailable. Like, if you want to fill your toilet in the morning, eat those foods.
I made a big poop.
But if you want to eat food that your body can use, you're not going to fill the toilet because your body used it. And when it talks about sustainability and stuff like that, I think that is just a fear-based decision. People just assume that if everyone ate meat, there would be no animals to eat. But no, there are healthy ways to raise livestock. There are humane ways to raise livestock. People are like, well, it's never humane to kill an animal. Okay, well, is it never humane to kill a person? Do you agree with that 100% in all aspects? Those are some things that you need to consider. I'm afraid that one day we're going to take out the human element when it comes to our personal health decisions. Reach out to a health professional or a dietitian, but they don't have all the answers either. They might be trained exactly the same way that this AI is trained. And you don't know if that information is correct or not. Either or. For if the carnivore diet is the right diet, or a balanced diet, or a Mediterranean diet, we have to eat food to live. So we have to eat something. And you need to decide for yourself and figure out for yourself with your human brain what you should eat. What is actually food for you? Is there food that has too much control over you? Well, yeah, maybe you should cut that out and not even try it in moderation. I've been on the carnivore diet and I'm still alive. Hey Aaron, you've probably ate some plants. Yes, I actually had a few green beans, had a couple avocados, had a little bit of sauerkraut that was just cabbage with salt on it that was fermented. I tried a few little things, not very much. If I put them all on a plate, like on my plate, it would be like this much. And I'm thriving on the carnivore diet. Is this anecdotal? 100% anecdotal. This is my experience on it. But here's the problem. I feel like if I go to AI or I go to my doctor and I ask them what to do, they would have said, the AI would say, follow what your doctor says. But if I would have followed what my doctor said, I would still be type 2 diabetes medication. And I knew that I had problems. And I've been trying to diet. And I've done well, and then you fall off the wagon. 300 pounds almost, or higher. I would still have hypertension. I would still have type 2 diabetes. I would still have sleep apnea. I would still have the problem putting on my shoes. I would have problem fitting in a car, bending over, if I would have took their advice. So be careful when it comes to doctor's advice also. Do your own research and don't let them just tell you what to do. You can't just let them tell you what to do without you doing research. And when it comes to AI and a lot of stuff we look on the internet, it has been programmed with bias in it. And there is never any consensus in science. So if anyone ever says this is the general consensus when it comes to science, they are not scientists. They're not telling you the truth. They're just saying what they believe. It's their opinion. It may or may not be true. And I'm not saying you need to be cynical and skeptical about everything, but you have a responsibility for yourself and your loved ones to put in the hard work of researching what food really is and what is a species appropriate diet. What should humans eat? And what do we not need? What is a waste of time? There's no point in eating food and filling your stomach just to poop it out. Unless maybe in a survival situation so you just feel better, but eventually you'll have malnutrition and you will die. You need protein. You need fat. You do not need plants or vegetables or carbohydrates. All right, everybody, I know this is a strange video. Welcome to the party. If you're not part of the party, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I mean, toots it. Toots that button or boop it. This is where I just start rambling and things pop up on the screen of other videos that you should watch from this guy who's has no idea what he's doing, but he's trying. All right, Kilby out. Way to sell that one. Weirdo. Hey, don't talk bad about yourself.